have actually lived both the lives. People say that जो homemakers होती है वो अच्छी mothers होती है. People say that working women are not that good and all. मैंने दोनों life जी है. I know both the times I have done my best only. मैं अगर ऑफिस जाती थी तो मैं भाग भाग के आती थी ताकि मैं ना उसके साथ 1 मिनट भी एक्स्ट्रा स्पेंड कर सकूं. और जब मैं घर पे थी तभी भी मुझे पता है कि हाउ आई यूज्ड टू मैनेज अदर थिंग्स सो दैट आई कैन बी देयर फॉर हर. पर दोनों में ना जस्ट फॉलो योर हार्ट.
लिटरली
आपको जो भी करना है ना, फॉलो योर हार्ट. आपको सिर्फ अपनी सुननी है. If you are internally satisfied, if you feel that 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, you are not going to regret your decision, now just go with it.
Definitely. And at that time, I realized that, my daughter needs me more than the career. Like it has always been about money and career for me earlier in my life, but now it was all about my daughter. To be mom, I have to take care of home, I have to take care of the daughter, I have to take care of the needs of others, but my needs I have to suppress. I don't want to live life according to somebody else. I don't want to take anybody else's money. And that when this thing stood in front of me, I went into depression. Like I went into depression for 1.5 years. At that moment, it was like that, I was battling this particular thing from the start. This is the reason I started working on my own. I went against my family, and this is the reason that I have to face again, that I have to be with somebody who will be earning for me and providing for me.
Expecting others to respect me. वहां पे मैं बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज बोलना चाहूंगी. Until and unless you start respecting your own feelings, you start respecting your own self, why are you expecting others to do it for you? पहले खुद को रिस्पेक्ट करना चालू करो अपने feelings.
Definitely. Because I'm not happy in myself. There's something in me is breaking. And that is why I'm not being my best self to other people, to other relationships. I was just expecting from my parents that they will take care of my daughter, and I don't want to give up my job. I just expected my husband to come up and do the 50% of the job of the child, and so that I don't want to give up my career, my own job. At that time, I really didn't understand what is happening, how I'm feeling, but I just was thinking that what has happened to me, all the happiness that came from my job, everything that that power, that satisfaction that came from a job, in a minute it got destroyed.
Even if you don't do anything, you are worthy, because you are a living soul.
Yes,
you are a living soul. That itself makes you worthy.
You
and,
are
and
just
that we are not taught. That we are not taught.
Literally not taught.
And I believe अगर आप उसमें भी अगर एक मॉम हो ना, तो आप डेफिनेटली वर्दी हो, क्योंकि जो चीज आप कर रहे हो ना, raising a child, that is not an easy job. Hello, a warm welcome to each one of you. Today we have another fabulous guest, Kirti Basantani. She is a life coach, she is an energy coach, and she is also a mindset coach. She is into coaching from a couple of years, and let's see what all magic she has done in this coaching world. So without wasting much time, let's welcome Kirti. Hi Kirti, warm welcome to you. Thank you so much for accepting my request for this interview. I am really honored to have you here.
Thank you so much, Anita. I'm really grateful to have joined you in this interview.
So Kirti, as far as I know that you were a typical in finance world. So what inspired you to shift your gears from finance to the coaching world? And generally जो लोग finance में होते हैं ना, I have seen that they are very masculine type of energy is there, but coaching world requires a little bit of feminine energy. So would you like to brief can you give us a brief key what inspired you to shift the gears?
Started with finance background, so it was around 13 years when I gave into finance industry. Like I was working with job, I attended too many degrees. Like I did my engineering MBA and then CFA while I was doing job, and then I did around 8.5 years of job in finance industry as a financial analyst, and I was earning very well. There I was really happy. I was in my power. All that I wanted from my life, and I was really happy in that career. I was appreciated a lot in that career, by my managers, by my directors. So overall, I was really, really happy in that industry. And then afterwards, like when I was around 30 years of age, I realized that now is the time, I want a partner and now I want to get married. So this was all before my marriage. And then once I felt like, I have all the power that I wanted in my life, the money I wanted to earn to make my own choices in my own life, So at that time, I felt like happy in my heart. And then I felt like, I should start a new life, new where a married life where I want to share my happiness with the other person. So when afterwards, like when I got married and we planned baby too early, my daughter was around 8 months old when COVID came. So at that time, the major shift happened because during COVID, my daughter was also suffering from a disease like she that went on for 1 month, and COVID was around 2 years in or over the world. And at that time, I realized that my daughter needs me more than the career. Like it has always been about money and career for me earlier in my life, but now it was all about my daughter. So I left the job. And as soon as I left the job, Anita, I'll tell you my entire power that I was holding in my heart and mind and all that, it just came down because, there was something in me that, just because I'm earning money, just because I'm doing whatever I want, is like I'm running my life on my own terms, And as soon as I left my job, my income stopped and I was sitting in home. There's something, changed inside my heart. And I felt like, now I have to be according to others. I've always seen this with my mother, with my aunties, like growing up, because they were not earning the money, they were always walking upon the choices and opinions of the men of the family. This is the very first thing why I started my job. So as soon as COVID came and I had to leave my job, this entire thing that was inside of my heart, it just came out. And my daughter was also needing me. My career was gone. And so in a moment, I felt my entire life, changed. That I have to be mom, I have to take care of home, I have to take care of the daughter, I have to take care of the needs of others, but my needs I have to suppress. My needs, the way I want to live my life, I had to suppress. This is the one biggest, thread that I always felt, that I don't want to live life according to somebody else. I don't want to take anybody else's money. And that when this thing stood in front of me, I went into depression. Like I went into depression for 1.5 years. At that moment, it was like that, I was battling this particular thing from the start. This is the reason I started working on my own. I went against my family. And this is the reason that I have to face again, that I have to be with somebody who will be earning for me and providing for me. So whatever you don't whatever you suppress too much in your life, that will come up in your life if you have not healed it. Yes. So I realized that there is a father wound, there is a mother wound, there is an abandonment issue. There are so many wounds that I was carrying. And at that time, when I had to become a mother to someone, like I have to cater to my daughter, at that time, whenever my emotional capacity was required for my daughter, at that particular time, I felt like, all my issues were coming up because those were too much suppressed, So 1.5 years, I literally didn't understand what's going on. And I went into depression. And then, something in me changed. After 1.5 years, I felt like just, got up one day early in the morning and I realized that, what am I doing? I'm literally fighting with my husband. I'm fighting with my parents. I am not being a good mother to my daughter because I'm not happy in myself. There's something in me is breaking. And that is why I'm not being my best self to other people, to other relationships. I was just expecting from my parents that they will take care of my daughter, and I don't want to give up my job. I just expected my husband to come up and do the 50% of the job of the child, and so that I don't want to give up my career, my own job. But then afterwards, I realized that, I have picked up so much of masculine energy in my job that I really want to do job and don't want to be there for others. This is the thing that I required. And at that time, I really didn't understand what is happening, how I'm feeling. But I just, was thinking that what has happened to me, all the happiness that came from my job, everything that, that power, that satisfaction that came from a job, in a minute, it got destroyed. I really felt like, I'm not able to make people understand what I'm feeling because my ego was crashing. My masculine power was coming down. My ego, I was not understanding all those things at that time. And I felt like, I want to talk to someone who will understand this and who will explain me what is the path, what path I should take. How should I handle my life? How should I have to be with my daughter? How should I not be fighting and complaining and blaming my parents and my husband? But then, I started, just one day, I just asked myself, what do I want? Like, what will bring me happiness? What do I want? And I realized that I love reading and I just want to have this 1 hour with me and I just want to sip my tea early in the morning. That's all I wanted at that time because I was sleepless because my toddler was obviously awake all the time in the night. And I felt like I'm not giving myself happiness. So let's start with this. I started reading one book that is called, Think Like a Monk from Jay Shetty. I really, really appreciate this person. He's so amazing. So I started with his book and I started reading it. And from that book, I felt like, little things, little questions, little topics, they introduced a thought, a different perspective inside of me where I felt that, I think I need to stop and take a break and figure out what do I actually want and where my happiness lies. It's not in the job. This is some trauma that is coming up because I was not taken care by my, family in a way where I felt that if I perform, only then I am good, When a child grows up, if you don't, like, the child only wants love. They need to be heard, they need to be cared, they need to be seen. Okay, if you don't provide all these things, they will always, get into abandonment issues. They will always feel unworthy. So whenever you say certain good things to child about one particular thing, they will always want to do that. And for me, it was like, I was good in academics. I was good, really good when I was, performing, when I was giving tests and exams and I was earning good numbers and all those things. I was really appreciated only for that. Otherwise, I was picked too much in my family. I was dark, I was fat, and I was always constantly criticized on my looks and the shape of my body and all those things. And somewhere in my heart, I felt like I'm just good with one thing. And when that one thing went away, all my, I lost my worthiness. This was the part. So once I realized that this is the thing that is happening, I'm feeling that I'm not worthy because I am a stay at home mom and looking after my family, just cooking, just cleaning, just looking after my daughter. That's all. And I won't be appreciated by my husband, Vishal. It was not that from him, but it was all that my trauma was coming up. But literally, Anita, I didn't realize in that time. 1.5 years went, I picked up that book and I read and I felt that I think I should do something. I was not like this earlier. I was always somebody who paved the path forward. And so let's figure out what is in for me. And from that, just because Life Shetty is also a life coach and he has this life school and all that, I really wanted to learn more from him about life. And, how can I make my life joyful, happy, meaningful, and purposeful? And so once I started this, I found Pooja Puneet, my mentor. She is a sweetheart. I must say that she helped me so much. Literally, as soon as I saw Pooja in one of the master class I attended, and then I realized that only this is the person who can help me. My entire family won't understand me, but she will understand me. She will help me become a better person for my daughter. That's all I wanted. I didn't want to become a life coach then. But soon as I learned from them, I realized that, okay, there's so many women in the world that needs this, not only in India, it's actually in the world globally. women needs to understand that their worth doesn't come just from earning, you know. It's just not when you have to perform, when you're productive, when you're effective. You don't have to be in that masculine energy all the time, but you have to understand sense of your self-worth, you know. So I took coaching from Pooja. I learned everything literally what she was offering. And you know, then I felt like, yes, you know, this was a turn which was required. This was a turn which was planned from my God, from my source, from my universe. And here I am as a life coach, helping so many women realize that you are literally worthy from your heart. Whatever you are, whoever you are, you can do anything that you put your mind to, put your heart to. Just have faith and keep that belief on.
Amazing,
So,
amazing, Kirti. Thank you for sharing that. I believe that this is such a common problem because, you know, we are raised as a like I can totally relate कि हम लोग को रेज इस तरह से किया जाता है कि okay, you will be doing job and you will be working and you will be financially independent, and हमारी मॉम्स की लाइफ अलग थी. So
yeah.
हम उससे रिलेट नहीं कर पाते हैं, प्लस हमको ये सब करना होता है, and suddenly when we have to adjust with the family, with the new responsibilities and baby,
Yeah.
oh my god, baby is such a big responsibility.
Big
तो
responsibility.
वो जो शिफ्ट आता है ना, उसके लिए हमें कोई प्रिपेयर नहीं करके देता है. It is
Literally.
like neither anybody has taught us the skills कि कैसे बच्चे का ध्यान रखना है, कैसे अपने emotions का ध्यान रखना है, because there are
Right.
hormonal changes as well on the physical level.
Yeah.
So all this really results in a lot of inner conflicts, and
Yeah.
उससे डील करना मतलब उसके साथ डील करने के लिए जो गाइडेंस चाहिए या फिर जो हमें सपोर्ट चाहिए, वो कहीं से नहीं मिलता है. बिकॉज पहले कैसे होता था ना, देयर वर जॉइंट फैमिलीज, तो
Joint family,
एंड
right.
एवरीवन यूज्ड टू बी देयर, तो कोई ना कोई कुछ ना कुछ हेल्प कर देता था, सपोर्ट कर देता था. बट नाउ व्हेन वी आर लिविंग इन न्यूक्लियर फैमिलीज एंड स्पेशली ड्यूरिंग द पैंडेमिक, जब कोई हेल्प भी अवेलेबल नहीं थी, वी वर नॉट इन टच विद ईच अदर, तो वी वर फीलिंग सो मच सेपरेटेड, मतलब एकदम कट ऑफ हो गए हैं. एंड उस टाइम पे यू फेस्ड दिस ट्रॉमा, तो आई कैन मतलब मेरे को तो like when you were saying, I was getting goosebumps. Oh my God, what she has gone through. कहीं ना मेरे अंदर भी वो है. Like I was also working, I took a break, and I can totally relate कि वो क्या feeling होती है. So I'm glad that you came out from that depression, from that anxiety, and now you are helping others to come out of it. So because you have gone through that journey, you can like easily know exactly what the other person is going through.
Yeah,
And
I really understand what they are feeling and how they are, you know, handling, how they are, if they are able to deal with it or not, where are they lacking, you know. It's generally most of the time it's limiting belief. You know, we as daughters, we feel like we have to perform and be there for others, but not for ourselves. This is the biggest thing that women needs to be learning now, that, you know, see, we have all the meanings that we have learned early from the earlier. It's all fucked up. Sorry for my word, but I'm really not sorry. But like, I'll tell you that if you say if you think about yourself, you are being selfish. But actually, what selfish is, like, you, for your emotional needs, for your financial needs, for your physical needs, for any of your needs, you are depending on other person, and you're feeling that they will provide for you, but you are not providing for yourself. When you are thinking of yourself, people say that you're selfish, but actually when you don't do it, like you don't fill your cup, you depend on anybody else. Like when we don't do it for ourselves, we do it for others. Like suppose I do for Vishal, but then there would be an expectation that he will do for me, right? But now this expectation is actually selfish, that he will do for me, but I will not do the work of filling my own cup.
Yeah.
See?
And
so selfish is actually when I am not doing the work for myself. I should be doing the work for myself. I should be filling my own cup. I should be finding my own joy, right? I should be able to regulate my own emotions. We are never taught all those things, but we should be doing our inner work where we are happy, joyful, peaceful in ourselves, and then we are, you know, celebrating with the other person.
You know,
your partner, your relation, other relationships.
where the problem comes, ये problem आती क्यों है? Because from the starting we are conditioned that
Yeah,
being a woman we should be givers. अगर हमने
yeah,
हमारे बारे में सोच लिया ना,
right,
we are selfish. We have to
right.
be available for others, पर जैसे कि it takes like very small example, like if we have cooked the food, then serve everyone,
Everybody
and you
else,
will
then you
sit
eat.
with your
Yeah,
family, whatever is remaining you eat it. And that's like the ideal
way you
girl,
should be as a
ideal
woman.
bahu, ideal girl, ideal,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
जो भी
yeah.
ideal लगा दो कुछ भी, but that is
Right.
not the case. अगर हमको अगर गरम गरम खाना है, and if we want to eat, अगर हमें बहुत भूख लगी है, we can eat. ये
That's
कंडीशन
what.
हमें डालनी पड़ेगी कि इट्स नॉट सेल्फिश. आप अपने
Yeah.
बारे में सोच रहे हो, बिकॉज अगर आप सपोज आप चक्कर खा के गिर गए, ओके, आप किसी को क्या सर्व करोगे? व्हाट विल यू सर्व अदर?
That's what,
खा
Anita.
लिया,
So true.
आप अगर अपने आप को फिल कर लिए, तो नाउ यू कैन सर्व अदर्स, राइट?
Right.
You can't serve from the empty cup. That
You know, this needs to be taught to a new mother, you know, where they say that you should be leaving everything else, but you have to be there for your child. Like I'll tell you, when you make a mother, they're saying that this should be taught to new mothers as soon as a woman carries a child, like she is birthing a child. At that time, she, whatever behavior you do with that new mother, she will take it to her heart. You know, if you're blaming a new mother, if you're shaming her, making her feel guilty that she is doing something wrong to her child, you know, suppose when we say that, you know, we have to fill our own cup, but if we take that sleep, if we ask somebody else's help and we take that sleep, or we nurture ourselves, then it's suppose like they call it as selfish, you know, that you are a mother, you should take care of the child first. But the thing is, if you don't take care of yourself mentally, emotionally, physically, sleep wise, everything else, you know, even going out, why postpartum depression comes up. I have faced this huge time because, you know, Anita, now I'm telling you on the recording as well. Like I used to time my bath. I used to time my washroom schedule. I entirely, like, literally was there for Pearl, for my daughter, and I suffocated myself so much literally. Because nobody was there to help me during COVID, and I, like, my needs were like literally suppressed. I suppressed my emotion. There was a time I never used to feel anything, you know. There was a time I was not hungry. There was a time I didn't feel like, you know, talking to anyone. I was so enclosed in my home and so suppressed emotionally and everything, you know, sleep wise also. But then this is the main cause of depression, where you feel like, you know, you just have to give. You're not living your own life. And by the time when you are inside closed doors and all those things, it's just scheduling you for depression. You know, that's what happened with me. So highly important. This was not planned, obviously, but then I'm just telling you, highly important. Please take care of yourself. Please fill your cup first. Like, as a woman, as a new mother, as a mother of like so many babies, but then you should learn to fill your own cup.
Yeah,
You know?
I totally believe mother ही नहीं, any person
Every
in the
woman,
world,
yeah.
especially women, I'll say, because क्योंकि हम उनसे ज्यादा relate कर पाते हैं, because
Literally.
जिस तरह से हमारी conditioning हुई है ना, उसमें हम अपने आप को नीचे रख देते हैं. That's where all
Right.
these problems start.
Yeah.
और हमें एक परफेक्ट मदर बनने का जो वो क्या बोलते हैं, जो कंडीशनिंग होता है कि आपको अपने बच्चे के लिए सब कुछ अवेलेबल होना है, that puts extra pressure.
Extra pressure. And Anita, it's too much of stress. I'm telling you, I meet so many mothers. They need nervous system healing. You know, they are in survival mode, where they keep on, like, at any, you know, any shout, like anything happens to their children, whenever they are crying or there's something that is happening. It happened with me also. Whenever my daughter used to cry, automatically I used to go and stress more. I used to feel that, oh my God, I didn't provide for my daughter. She's crying. Like her crying used to alert me a lot. And I went through nervous system healing, where I felt that it's okay, relax. She's crying. That means she's communicating. She needs some certain things. I had to really change the meanings of what we have been taught earlier. Okay.
Yeah.
When the children are crying, like mothers are shamed. My mother was shamed. I used to cry a lot. I was very sensitive. I was very emotional. As a baby, I used to cry a lot. I used to cry at the nights also waking up. And my mother was in fear zone, like entirely fear zone. And this is what I talk about, generational healing. Whatever your mother has gone through, you will definitely go through if she has not healed it.
Okay.
Because she suppressed it, because she didn't understand at that time, because she didn't work on it, because she didn't knew. If the person doesn't have anything, how will they provide it to you, right? If they don't know, what they will do? So this is the thing, because she was made guilty, because she was shamed, like her daughter is crying, she is not able to take care of the daughter and all that. So she built that fear. Whenever she was with me, she was always alert, and that passed on to me. Whenever I was with my daughter, I was already zoned out. I told you already, I was going through depression. And then whenever she used to cry, I used to get too much of stress and I used to get too much of alert. That added on to the postpartum depression. But I'll tell you, this thing is, there are certain things that are planned. Your soul chooses what you will go through, and so that afterwards, if you come out of that challenge, if you are able to come out of that challenge, you will become very better, like a better person.
Yeah,
who
exactly.
has a different life now, right?
The problems are placed in your life to make you stronger, to bring out your potential.
Definitely. So it was like that. My soul, my higher self chose all the problems so that my higher self knew she'll be able to cross this, because I'm so much attached to my mother. I'm so much attached to my daughter, because I am an empath and really feel for women of the family. I always felt that why women are not able to make their choices. I'll be the one who will make choices. I will show everyone how to live a life, freely, independently. And that's what I'm going to teach my daughter. So, but then during depression, it was all gone in the back of my mind. But then once the day I told you, I got up and I realized, okay, this was not Kirti. Kirti was always independent, always free, and she paved the path forward. And so that's what I'm going to teach my daughter. And so she is my inspiration. She is my angel. And, she helped me come out of depression by myself, really find out, like I really worked and go through books, go through podcasts, and felt like, what can help me, who can help me. And I found Pooja and she was able to help me, So, this is the entire.
This is how it was destined for you to become a coach. Okay, so the journey is a journey has a lot of depth in it. जो हमें ऊपर से पता नहीं होती है कि why Kirti became a life coach. So guys, you know why Kirti became a life coach. And if you are someone struggling with the same problem, same issues, please connect with Kirti. I'll say that she has experienced it, so she can feel your pain and she can really help you to come out of it. Please do not struggle in silence. जैसे कीर्ति ने struggle किया वैसे I don't want any of the person listening to this who is going through the same thing. Please connect with her.
And 1.5 years is too much.
I'll be putting her Instagram link in the description box below. You can connect with her in her DM. So now let's move forward. Kirti, so do you think that it was just the beginning? Like you said that you learned from Pooja Puneet, so it was the beginning of your journey, and then after that, what all did you pursue to Miss? Do you think that certification helped you to become a better coach, or your experience helped you to become a better coach?
See, I'll tell you, Anita, one thing is, what's your calling? I think everyone should look after what's your calling. Do you feel like you want to help without certification, or do you feel like you want to certify and then only you can help? My calling was, I just wanted answer for my problems. This is what I wanted, because I knew that if I am facing these issues, being a very strong woman already, if I am facing these issues, if I can come down in my life because of these issues, I felt that, I should be the one who should learn for myself and just pass it on. I didn't think it about certification at all. Literally, Anita, like if she was not providing certification, then also I would have gone to Pooja Puneet because I felt called by her energy. I felt like she'll be able to answer me, she'll be able to guide me while I am choosing what path I want to walk on, you know. So this was, so always whenever you have doubt and in such questions come up, whether you want to certify or whether you want to just help without certification. So I really feel that keep the hand on your heart and literally feel that what's your calling, just ask yourself, what do you want to do? And don't think about what others want you to do. Maybe people say that you need to be certified to help anyone, but do you think that you can help that other women that's around you? That may be your neighbor, that may be your friend, that may be someone who just know you because you have, crossed that path, because you have helped yourself. Maybe you are able to help others. So just see how much help you can provide by knowing who you are, right? I always felt that, I can help anybody, literally, because I have been through various issues. I have been through father wounds. I have been through mother wounds. I've done inner child healing. I have been through abandonment issues, worthiness issues, and all those feelings a child faces when they are neglected. So I was too much neglected emotionally. Like as I told that my mother was constantly in fear when she was raising me. So her negative energy was coming onto me. I never felt supported. Support is the biggest word for me. I never felt supported. When I came down, I felt like I just want to learn from Pooja, and maybe I'll get the guidance. I'll get the guidance as a mother. She'll be a mother to me. She'll guide me. Maybe I'll have a mother I never had. This is the only thing. This was my calling, and that's why I learned from her. So just ask from yourself. You'll definitely get the answer.
So you are basically saying, sit in silence, sit with your own self,
sit with your intuition. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. See what is your calling, what is your gut saying.
Okay.
What is the voice that is coming from inside of you? Sit sometime, like sit in meditation, maybe or sit in just silence. But you'll be guided. You're always guided. Your angels are guiding you. Your higher self is guiding you. The universe is guiding you. The universe communicates from so many ways. It communicates through situations, through people, through your circumstances. So just if you can sit down and hear, that's what I did. Like I told you, I just, in so much of work and responsibilities, I was caught up all the time. But I felt like I should just get 1 hour before my daughter wakes up, and I just want to sip a tea like in 1 hour, and I want to read the book. That's all I wanted. I wanted silence. I wanted to connect with myself of what do I want? What is the thought that I'm having? What is the feeling that I'm having? So that was guided by my higher self.
Correct.
Right? Correct. That's what I did. So, you can also do that.
Amazing, amazing. So you say कि बड़े steps नहीं लेने हो तो भी छोटा सा figure out that one baby step that you want to do only and only for yourself and not the other, not the people around you, right?
Yeah. Just see in that situation, when you sit with yourself, what is the guidance that is coming? Maybe it's the smallest step. For me, it was just 1 hour early in the morning, and I practiced it. It really helped me.
Amazing.
So,
amazing. And then like now, how do you help your clients? Means what all things do you use while working with your clients?
Okay. The majority of thing is the women do not have too much of courage because they are not given the confidence and courage injection when they were growing up. So however you are raised, whatever beliefs you have been given when you were raised, you will think about that, about the world, about yourself like that only. So people, like women, generally carries too much of limiting beliefs, too much of worthiness issue, and too much of courage issue. These are the 3 pillars I work with. I love working with, removing the limiting beliefs and, creating new empowering beliefs. First thing. Second thing is I give them too much of courage and help them understand that they are actually worthy. If they are not doing anything, then also they are worthy. When you have that sense of self-worth, only then you can create a belief that yes, whatever you want is like, it can happen, right? Is there for you, it can happen for you, it can come in your life. So that's how I help women, you know.
Amazing. What you said, I totally resonate with you. Even if you don't do anything, you are worthy because you are a living soul.
Yes.
You are a living soul.
Because,
That itself makes you worthy.
yeah, you
And
are just
that we are not taught. That we are not taught.
not taught, literally not taught.
And
So,
I believe अगर आप उसमें भी अगर एक मॉम हो ना, तो आप डेफिनेटली वर्दी हो, क्योंकि जो चीज आप कर रहे हो ना, raising a child, that is not an easy job.
oh my God, that's
Not
the
an
toughest
easy
job,
job.
very important job, because you are raising a kid for creating the future of the entire world. You know, the kids now are too much conscious. They are much conscious than we are. I'll tell you one thing, Anita, I wanted to share. I'm feeling called to share this, that kids are too much conscious than the previous generations. They're like more conscious than we are, right? The parents. Now, if I tell you that Pearl, my daughter, she is very observant and she sends too much. She's overly sensitive, and I feel that she is more intuitive than I am. You know, she understands her body more. The problem with women is they don't have sense of self-worth, as well as they are cut out from their intuition. They will not understand what they are feeling. They're cut out from their emotions. This is the biggest thing, biggest lack in women, that they have to connect with the intuition, her inner guidance. And I feel that women are more intuitive than men, because we have that, you know, we have that power that we can bring a life to earth, right?
Right.
And so, because we are a portal, we are a channel to birth the life, right? So we are more intuitive because we have that channel, direct channel open with God, and we can connect directly with God. So I feel that once you work on yourself, work on your feelings and all those things, understand, you know, develop body awareness, because your body carries all the feeling. Whatever feeling you're feeling is coming from your body. Right. If you don't understand all these things, you will always struggle in walking the path and in believing yourself. But once you connect with your intuition, you will automatically have that courage to walk the path and make your own choices and create the life you want. And that is how I became an energy coach as well, you know, Anita. Once I started working on my intuition, once I started working on my energy, I understood that how energy works, because we are not just human, we are a soul having a human experience, you know. So we are not just human, we are light beings, we are energy beings, and it's very much required that we work on our energy, and that is through intuition.
This is so deep. This is so deep. Miss, the concept of energy and how it works on us, because we are just bodies and जिसके अंदर वो soul है, तो that ये ना quantum physics भी prove कर चुका है. Quantum physics has also proved,
totally proved, yeah, कि
क्योंकि हमारा हर एक body का cell is also vibrating on certain frequencies.
Yes, it's actually an energy.
That
if
is
you
also,
see, in between the cells also, it's their energy. It's not body. We feel it's a mass, but you are an energy vibrating at certain frequency, you know?
Right.
And whatever you are feeling is the feeling is really important. Whatever you feel in your body, you are
giving it out to the world.
Broadcasting it out in the world. And that's how people treat you.
Correct. So when you were saying na कि I was like expecting others to respect me, वहां पे मैं बहुत important चीज बोलना चाहूंगी. Until and unless you start respecting your own feelings, you start respecting your own self, why are you expecting others to do it for you? पहले खुद को respect करना चालू करो अपने feelings.
Definitely. But Anita, at that moment, we do not understand. I'm telling you, nothing worked. Blame game doesn't work. Criticizing others doesn't work. Jealousy doesn't work. Fighting doesn't work. Nothing works. if you are not able to take the power back from these people and put it inside of you, put that energy, focus inside of you, and work on yourself and your energy field, and that's what you're going to broadcast, automatically people will view you like that, you know. And that's how you manifest. You have certain beliefs that it's going to happen. You carry energy that yes, it's going to happen. You carry that energy. You program that in your creative field or electromagnetic field, whatever you want to say. And that's how the situation comes up to you. People get attracted to you. Opportunities get attracted to you. And that's how you create your life. Very, very, very simple. But the thing is, people feel like it's all physical. They keep on taking actions. They keep on doing the work. They keep on exhausting themselves, but they never do energy work. You know, at the heart, they are hopeless. At the heart, they have too many limiting beliefs. They feel that, no, this will not work. You know, they're putting out the physical work, but they don't have that emotional energy that this is gonna work. You know, so once energetic and physical are balanced, then only you manifest actually your life.
करेक्ट करेक्ट करेक्ट, वो तो है ही. आप उस जब तक कि आप वो ट्यून इन नहीं करोगे 93.4 तक, तब तक आपको 93.4 मिलेगा नहीं. So you have to match that frequency to attract whatever that you desire.
Yes.
Now I would like to have a little rapid fire round with you.
Okay.
So don't think too much. हमें instant answers चाहिए. Okay.
Okay. Go on.
Okay. Share with us your top 3 books that you would like to recommend.
Okay, the first one is Jay Shetty's Think Like a Monk. This is my best book. That's what I started with. Another one is Joe Dispenza's Becoming Supernatural. Is my favorite. And another, his one is only like Dr. Joe Dispenza's is You Are the Placebo. These 2 reads, the second 2 reads are very, very in-depth, like how I am as a person, in-depth person. So they are in-depth reads, but these are top 3 favorite. Anytime I'll read it.
Amazing. Like thank you. Top 3 podcasts?
Again, top 3 podcasts would be, first one would be Jay Shetty's On Purpose. Okay. Another one, I don't remember the name of his podcast, but Steven is very nice. He's the one, he talks about all, he talks about all the stuff, like from life coaches to, you know, nutritionists, everybody. Like he just brings everyone in and whatever is going on is, so Steven's podcast. Third one is Tara Swart. If you know, she is a neuroscientist. She helped people in, you know, neuroscientifically to manifest, you know, whatever they want in their life. So Tara Swart is amazing.
Thank you. And top 3 coaches that you would like to recommend?
Oh, I think Jay Shetty is topping every question. So Jay Shetty, Pooja Puneet, she's my like sweetheart mentor, Pooja Puneet. And third one would be Brendan Bouchard. He's an international coach.
Amazing. Your top 1 strength?
Pearl, my daughter.
Wow. And your
she's my angel. She made me change, you know. She made me get up on my toes. So she's my strength.
Amazing. And your weakness?
I think it's Pearl only. You know, whenever she is down, I come down. Literally. I can handle everything, but I can't handle she's hurt, you know. That I have to work with, but then, yeah, I can't see her crying.
Thank you for that instant answers. I hope it will be really helpful for others. Whatever she has referred, I guess those are more of like जिसको energies के बारे में जानना है, जिसको अपने अंदर क्या चल रहा है उसके बारे में जानना है. तो these are all the things, right? For reference.
So I think Dr. Joe Dispenza, like you can read his book, you can watch his YouTube videos, you can follow his channels, different channels, and he really make you understand everything about energy, you know. Scientifically.
I have seen his YouTube videos जहाँ पे वो लोग literally like with the animations and everything they show this energy how they work. Yeah.
They make you understand everything, and today scientifically it's proven that manifestation works like magic, literally. Like whatever you want, you can have
Kirti, it. I would like to know one manifestation that came true for you. One biggest manifestation that came true for you.
See, earlier when I was not knowing, I'll give you two. Earlier when I was not knowing that I am manifesting, when I was not in this field, I manifested my daughter. Like, I'll tell you one story about this, that in my husband's entire life, like there are only boys that take birth in his family, So he is like two brothers, his father is two brothers, his grandfather is two brothers. And when I was pregnant, so obviously people knew that it will be a boy. But then when somebody I think told me that it will be a boy, and I was like, no, it's a girl. I know it's a girl. And I have spoken to God, like I have spoken what I wanted out in the universe, and I know I prefer this is a girl. So they were like, this doesn't happen in this family, like they are just boys that grow up. And I was like, no, I am so sure it's a girl. So Pearl came, so obviously. So I did know that I was manifesting, but that, yeah, I manifested my daughter. And the another thing is I manifested my home. I just bought this up, like it's a year now, but then yeah, I manifested my home. Like I really wanted the kind of vibe, the kind of colors, the kind of furniture, the kind of energy area, and all those things. It's exactly same how I used to see, visualize, think of, feel of, all those things.
Amazing, amazing. Would you like to share some tools of manifestation with my audience?
See, first of all, I'll say that people don't know. I'll go through steps. Okay. So first of all, be very clear of what do you want. When I say this, what do you want? Don't say this, that I want to sit entirely all time in front of the Netflix and chill out and eat chips. And that's what you don't want actually, That's what you're just saying because maybe you are burnt out, you're too stressed out from your life. But actually, what is the thing that you want in your heart? Be really clear what kind of life you want, in your life, whatever you want. So just be very clear. What do you want? Remove all the negative beliefs, limiting beliefs that you feel like are there. And because of those, you are not able to get what you want. Okay. So breaking the limiting beliefs, creating new empowering beliefs. Now, creating new empowering beliefs require rewiring your subconscious mind, because your limiting beliefs are in your subconscious mind, and they are from the child. Like when you are children, you form your beliefs that time. So it's really important how your parent nurtured you, what belief they imbibed in you, what belief you caught on when you were experiencing your home, your childhood, and all those things. So this is really important, that you rewire whatever is not working for you is probably false. But when beliefs are formed, we feel that it's our truth. And that's why women feel that, they are not worthy, they cannot have good marriage, or they cannot have good money whatsoever. But you feel because it's imbibed in your belief, it's imbibed in your subconscious mind from childhood, and you feel it's true. But once you turn it around, you will see that it was false and there is a new truth, So just change your story, whatever you're saying, and rewire your subconscious mind and, just work it out. And then afterwards, what I'll say that is embody. Embodiment is very much required, because you have to become new you. When you change your beliefs, you have to work on your new beliefs that you have created, empowered beliefs that you have created, to work on yourself. Take actions according to a new person you have become, right? Think as if you are that new person. Feel as if that you are not, that new person. Take decisions, make choices, entire new life you think that you want, you should be embodying that life, So start with all these steps, and then obviously you have what you want, literally.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing those steps for manifestation. I hope people will use it and see the magic. Do comment अगर कुछ भी magic होता है तो हमें भी बताना, हमसे भी share करना.
Definitely. Yes, we would love to know.
Yeah. And Kirti, what is that final piece of advice? Especially, I would say, for the new moms out there, because I believe that you have such a deep experience of it. So,
Yeah.
what message would you like to give to new moms out there?
For new moms, I will literally say that, don't think that your parents know everything. You know, we think that they will guide us. We have kept them over the pedestal, and we feel that we only have to follow them. But no, you have to understand what works out for your child, what works out for you. What are you feeling? Are you, whatever you're following, are you feeling okay with following that? For me, whatever I was following and whatever I was feeling were two different things, and that was why I broke down. So just understand, what do you want? How do you want to feel? Whatever you're doing for your baby, are you feeling okay with that? Ask too much of help, you know. If joint family is not there, keep help, you know. Make friends who can help you in that time around, you know.
Correct.
So this is what I want to say is, you really try to understand what works for you and for your baby. It's not like what has always done in your family earlier, in earlier generations. That doesn't hold true now.
Correct.
It doesn't hold true that you have to be inside the house for 40 days. It doesn't. You need to get sunlight. You need to get fresh air. You should be walking out. You should be having social connections. You should be walking outside of your house. That doesn't hold right now. Only for people who are too much in critical conditions, your baby is critical condition, there's some extra condition that is there. But otherwise, really feel that whatever you want is, you can have it, you know. So tune in, you know. And as a mother, always, you know, have that faith that you are a good mom. You're the best mom for this child. This child has chosen you. So when the child is coming to earth, they choose their parents. That child has chosen you as their mother. So when that child has chosen you, please keep faith that you are the best for that child, right?
Amazing. This was so powerful. I must say ki yeah, when you were saying 40 days, I went literally to my those days when all these things, there are certain things that we really need to follow, but there are certain things which are now a taboo, मतलब उनकी जरूरत भी नहीं है. I don't know why
Right.
they were meant. Sunlight तो definitely चाहिए होता है, because our body is going through so much of hormonal changes कि वो vitamin D तो हमें चाहिए ही होता है.
Yeah.
So,
In fact, you should take newborn out with you. The newborn needs the sunlight. Otherwise, their circadian rhythm of the body won't set. They will be, sitting up awake in the night if you don't take them up in the morning in the sunlight, you know.
yeah. And
there's so much required.
Yeah, so just thoda sa scientifically bhi socho and don't follow just blindly. That's what I would like to say. और मैं ये भी नहीं कहूँगी कि completely ignore करो. There are certain good things that we get.
So but sunlight is always, you know, earlier in front of the house there used to be too big of the, you know, space, Verandas, which is open space, and you get the sunlight. But it's not like that now, you know. Right. So that is why they changed. The things that were existing, that were good earlier, are now also only things. The way we are like grown up, our environments, our houses, or everything has changed, you know. So make that shifts, you know, make those changes, and then choose for yourself. Right. And whatever you'll choose for yourself and for your baby would be the best. Just trust yourself.
Correct. I truly believe कि as a mom, whatever you are doing, perfect ho, imperfect ho, whatever you are doing your best, and उसके लिए guilty बिल्कुल मत feel करो.
बिल्कुल भी नहीं.
क्योंकि दुनिया ना आपको कुछ भी कहे, और अगर आप उस गिल्ट फीलिंग में चले गए ना, तो उसमें से बाहर निकलना बहुत मुश्किल होता है.
Very difficult. That's what I was telling you. I was in fear. Like my mother was also in fear. This is a generational trauma. When you are made like they are blaming you. They are making you feel guilty. They are shaming you. When you are having these emotions, you can't nurture the child. You are fearful that, oh my God, I'm doing something wrong, and this is my baby. I don't even know. I don't even have support. And then you just escalate your nervous system. You've just alerted yourself. You have just started the survival mode in your body. Okay? And that happens on and on because the babies constantly need you. So then otherwise you have to go through nervous system healing and all that, you know, how my clients have gone through. But then I'm just saying that just trust yourself. Don't take others' opinion. just dial in.
नहीं, एक
That's
कान से सुनो, एक कान से निकाल दो, because you are doing your
right.
best. I have
So
otherwise दुनिया के प्रेशर में आपने अगर कोई डिसीजन लिया ना, तो फिर आप रिग्रेट बाद में फील करोगे.
right.
So thank you so much, Kirti. It was really, really amazing to have you, and thank you for sharing your heart out. I know it was not easy topic to put out in the world, because ये ना बहुत क्या बोलते हैं, बहुत ही पर्सनल इमोशन होता है, बहुत ही पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस होता है. But you came here, you shared it with the world. I truly feel कि कुछ लोगों की लाइफ में अगर ये एक थोड़ा भी चेंज लेकर आ सके, तो दैट विल बी ब्लेसिंग्स फॉर अस, कि हम लोग थोड़ा सा शिफ्ट ला सके किसी की लाइफ में. एंड गाइस, प्लीज शेयर इट विद अदर विमेन, स्पेशली न्यू मॉम्स. आई वुड लाइक टू से कि जो लोग इस स्ट्रगल से जा रहे हैं, इट माइट हेल्प देम टू ब्रिंग दैट माइंडसेट शिफ्ट. एंड डोंट फॉरगेट टू सब्सक्राइब माय चैनल, क्योंकि ऐसे और बहुत सारे अमेजिंग स्टोरीज मेरे चैनल पे आते हैं विद सच अमेजिंग गेस्ट. So please do that little bit of favor on me, because I want to really help especially women who are struggling with various. ये तो एक इंस्टेंस है न्यू मॉम का. देयर आर अदर इंस्टेंस है मेरे जैसे टीनेजर मॉम का.
Yeah.
So there are different things. ऐसे बहुत सारे aspects है. So my channel has a lot of like flavors. Whichever you want, you can get here. So please do subscribe, and thank you so much, Kirti, for coming here and sharing your heart out.
Thank you so much, Anita, for having me. You have a wonderful platform. I literally say that if people are able to share their stories, what they have been through, and how they came out of the struggles they have gone through, and what is working for them, and how they can get the help, and all those things, right? You are just letting the people, evolve a lot, empower, like they can get empowered, So
yes,
really, really thank you
that's
so
what
much.
the purpose of this podcast is. Ki if they can do it, so can you. If you are going through the same struggle, just see them as your role models and come out of it. And these are real life stories, like, so यहाँ पे बहुत रियल वाला एक्सपीरियंस है. कोई हमने ऐसे बुकिश नॉलेज या ज्ञान नहीं बांटा है कि नहीं ये तो जो बोल रही है ये मेरे लिए एप्लीकेबल नहीं है. This is experience, so it is applicable for all.
Yes, and it's very authentic, like very authentic stories that are coming out here. So obviously,
thank you so
really
much.
help you.
Okay, guys, see you with some other guest at some other time. Thanks for now. Bye, Kirti. Bye, everyone.
Bye, Rita. Thank you.